Hello, friends. It's me, your old pal Gravie. And sorry for me to. She was behind me, and for me to have her look at the camera, I had to call her, so I had to do that real quick. And because I called her, she jumped down. So spoiler alert, I had to pose that picture, kind of. She's looking very, very thin. She's looking very, very thin. I'm gonna give her a week, and if she either gets bad or if she looks like this still, I'm gonna take her back into the vet because she is not looking good. I went shopping today. I only bought I bought some stuff. What did we buy? Oh, we bought a can of clams. I'm telling my teacher here on internet, I'm gonna put clams in my macaroni and cheese this weekend. Doesn't turn out right. You're getting a bad review at the end of the semester. What I'm saying. That's what we're saying. This was gonna be, just a funny news report thing where we report on stupid news or we take the wrong side of news. It's just okay. On Monday, I think it was Monday. Was it Monday? Yeah, because I think I was sober then. Monday, they have a news report about in Arizona. They have um, a football team, a high school football team. They haven't had a heat death in years. Like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. That's me personally. I'm like, well, that's good, but shouldn't it be like never? But shit happens in Arizona, and the reason why is because they have this huge program now. Like they have all the boys drinking like a gallon of water. They have this bucket, like this huge bucket of ice water inside. So there's ice, there's water, and there's towels. So if anyone overheat, and the boys are told to, not just encouraged, they're told to dunk their heads in every so often because it gets really really hot and you got to cool down. But they have to exercise, they have to practice because a lot of these people, I mean, they're going to be trying to go to college and they don't have the money for it. And unfortunately, the way that our system works is that if you play good football, then you can play for their football team and get an education. So they have to do this. I mean, that's just how the system works. So also, in case the gallon of water doesn't work, someone's mowing the goddamn yard. It's wet. You're not supposed to mow when your grass is wet. These heathens. They have the dunk in their heads. They have the towels, and the huge bath just in case it's big enough to hold a person. Just in case. And because of all that, they have not had a death in years. The next day, there's a news report about how drinking too much water can kill you. I don't get it. I'm missing something. I'm missing something. How? I'm going to put in drinking too much water can kill you. In rare cases, drinking an extreme amount in a short time can be dangerous. It can cause the level of salt and sodium. Okay, it's called intoxication, hyponatremia. Natremia? But, I mean, is this a theory? To me, it would be like if someone took me, put a funnel down my throat, and just started pouring gallons and gallons of water, or maybe a gallon of water, just poured a gallon of water down my throat, and that's it. And they said, okay, and I just died. That's an extreme thing. I don't think it's possible to drink too much water. And I'm not talking about the girl who died because she couldn't pee. That's a different thing. And her urine like backed up, and it was bad. That's different. That's a different case. It's not the same thing. And then in the news, there's the guy who got licked by a dog, and he got all his limbs taken off. Guy licked by dog, amputation. Because I was listening to the news and they were doing that on the radio while I'm driving. I'm like, I'm not paying it really much attention, dude. Although I was I was listening to Bob and Sherry this morning. Oh my God, those two are old and idiots. I'm old, but they're idiots. They were talking about the Gong Show, and they were saying, well, Sherry was saying that the Gong Show host, the Gong Show host, is some British guy whose his nose doesn't match the rest of his face. He's just weird looking, and I'm like, that's Mike Myers. And she's like, yeah, I don't know. He has this British accent, and I don't know who he is, but he's just crazy. And the whole thing, it's like so entertaining. I couldn't stop watching for a half hour. I'm like, that's Michael Myers. That's Mike Myers from Austin Power. How do you not know that? Can you live in this world and not know? And she's like, I don't know what channel it's on. It's some cable channel. No, it's on ABC. It's on one of the main 4 channels. I was going to say main 3, but that would have shown how old I really am. Back in my day, we didn't have 3 channels. We didn't have 4 channels. We had 3 channels. Wait. Doctors have been forced to amputate a man's leg and parts of his hands after he suffered sepsis, believed to be caused by being licked by a dog. Believed. Okay, so the guy's name was exhibiting flu-like symptoms, and I'm not trying to save him. I can't pronounce names. And becoming delirious when bruises began appearing across his face and body. I got bruises on my body. I thought it was just because of my bender. His wife watched the bruises grow as she rushed him to the hospital, later telling local news outlets it looked like someone beat him with a baseball bat. Within moments of being admitted to the Wisconsin-area hospital at the end of June, he went to septic shock. Blood tests revealed that he had contracted potentially fatal bacteria to humans through a dog. How do they know it came from a dog? That's what I don't understand. Oh, it's this. It's extremely rare for humans to become ill after contact with Campcocygobulophaga, sounds like mucus, and Conomoris. This sounds like canine, or looks like canine, which was found in his blood. In rare instances, the bacteria, which can be found in dog and cat saliva, may cause infections when it comes in contact with an open wound or burn, while the majority of that name, Campylobacter Conomoris related illness, occur through dog bites. In fact, there have only been 50 cases of sepsis caused by this thing without a dog bite being found in the US and Canada since 1976. Man, he lost all of his limbs. I'd say you can still lick me, but you don't lick. You're not a licking dog. Watch this. Come on, lick my face. Come on, lick me. See nothing. I don't even think he has a tongue. I don't think he does. All right, so he has a tongue. I know he has a tongue because he's always doing weird stuff to his feet. Right, Luna? Luna? By the way, your boy Boots is behind you. Your girl Midnight, she just came in the room, and here's your boy Yip, and then me. All right, but something weird happened today. At least I think it might have happened last night, where the quartering Jeremy was at a bar with some people. And he said all through the night, people were coming up to him and say, "Hey, are you Jeremy?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he would turn around and shake their hands. And he said it happened like 25 times. It's like, it was no big deal. People were like, "Hey, I know you. You're from YouTube." And so finally, some guy comes up to me and goes, "Are you Jeremy?" He goes, and he might say his last name. "Are you Jeremy Hambry," or whatever his name is? And he turns around and says, "Yeah, it's me." And he went to shake his hand, and this guy just started beating the hell out of him. It took like 3 guys to come and pull the guy off of him. Then the guy punches a window at the place, at the establishment, and then flees the scene. And Jeremy posted about it. It was weird because I'm like, because are they going to find this guy? Are they not going to find this guy? What's going to happen? They found the guy. Apparently, some people, there was a description given about that he wore a rainbow shirt, and people had him on film and found out that he was not just a person attending it; he was one of the vendors. And Gen Con did nothing. So Jeremy had to find out all this guy's information, call the cops. Now we're waiting for the cops to do something. We are like, I have a part of this, right? But they're waiting for the because I don't even know where Gen Con is. I don't even know where the Gen Con is. Crazy. I feel bad because I subscribe to the quartering, but I always found him like really boring. So I turned my notification bell off because I found him boring. He's got this weird way of talking, and it sounds to me like a burnout talking where you have no emotion and you're just kind of like, "Hey man, it's so cool. So let's just talk about this." And I'm like, "Oh, would you please show him some emotion?" And then this happens, so I feel bad, and I said that I hope he feels better. Right? I said I hope it's not anything permanent. Man, you look so sad. Man, I did note that please only attack this guy. Only have the police go after this guy. Don't say that this guy represents a bigger picture, because if you say this person is part of a bigger picture, then instead of having like a laser sight focus and punishing this one person, it's going to get diffused until it's meaningless. You're going to try to punish a whole group. That's not going to happen. You punish the one person, and that's it. And that's going to send a message to the group. Yeah, don't do it this way. Otherwise, this will happen to you. You will go to jail. Bad stuff happens. Unfortunately, if it's not a local area, I know this. In order to push it, push the assault charges, the the victim has to be there, has to be in court. So Jeremy may have to fly out there again if he flew out there in the first place, or drive out there if he drove there, but he'll have to be there for the court, for the trial. Otherwise, they won't go forward, because I was up on assault charges, and my victim never came. I think it went for 2 months. I was pulled to court once, and my lawyer says, "Is he here?" And I looked around. I said, "No, he's not." He says, "Good." And the next time he says, "Is he here?" I said, "Nope." And my lawyer went up and said, "Listen, he's not going to show. Can we just get these charges dropped?" And they did. So unfortunately, at least in the southeast area, you have to be the victim has to be there. Otherwise, the court doesn't care. My quickie reviews. Let me see. I'm planning on doing a certain type of review, but I couldn't do it with these, so I just put them in their bags. This one I taped all up because I just like these little comic books, and this is my second one, and I'm gonna have another one coming hopefully soon if EVS will ever finish this dang book. But this, I can't really review it. I mean, the art's okay. I didn't really like. It's weird to say. I didn't like the lettering. I found it bizarre, and it looks normal, but I just found it bizarre. And like, I don't know if this is a drawing or if this is like a filter or something, because it doesn't look like this in the comic. It looks a lot more drawn. But it's a preview, so you don't get into much of the story. I mean, I did like how instead of just being a retelling of the The show, it's well, whatever this boy's name is. Was he Max? No, Max was the girl. I just know he was the missing guy in Stranger Things. Whoops, I'm still in news. No, no. Trying to find the cast. Watch him not even be in the cast. Will. Yes. So it kind of like went back and forth with Will in the Down Under, and then he would flash back to when he was playing the game, and then flash to with him in the Down Under. So it's kind of cool because it's with him. It's his story. So you get to see more of what he dealt with in it. But it could be good, could be bad. This is just a preview, so I can't give you is it good or is it bad. I'm going for it because I'm a sucker. I admit it. I'm a sucker. Please, I have so many issues of Slimer comic book. I don't know. This one I really liked, but I might have been bringing in baggage with this one because um it's farmhand, and I don't want to give too much away, but I mean I guess the cover gives away a lot. But it's this guy going home to his dad. That's his dad, and there's a problem. There's something between them. There's some conflict. There's some reason why he left. So, and I like how they have this and they don't make a big deal about an interracial couple. They're not like saying about anything like, hey, we're interracial. Hey, look at us. It's just like, it is what it is. And thankfully, there's no one really to comment on it. So that's good too. I mean, the kids aren't going to say anything. One thing that's going to get me banned is this thing. Oh my goodness, little kid peeing. Remember that? That's wrong. If you have kids, don't let them pee. That's all I'm saying. But it just goes through kind of, and I didn't feel like it was exposition. Is that where they force the explaining of something on you? A comprehensive description or explanation of an idea or theory. It didn't feel forced on you. I mean, it's a farm, but it's a very, very successful farm. And because it's a successful farm, they commonly have field trips. And so when the family comes, they're just put on a field trip, and the field trip explains the history of the farm. So you get to watch that, and it's cool. It takes me a little bit to understand how to read comics again because I'm like, where do you go? You know, like there was this one part I got because I get lost. Like this guy. I don't know if you can read it. This guy says, "Excuse me, ma'am, where's the nearest toilet?" And then I go over here, and he says, "Excellent." And then she says, "Oh, turn right at the kidney patch. Sign straight ahead." See, I read it wrong. You're supposed to read him, then you're supposed to read her, and then you're supposed to read him again. It takes me a minute to read comics. Okay, that's why I can't just like breeze through it. I have to like read through it different ways until finally their conversations match. It's my fault. I don't know how to read conversations. I guess it's easy readability. Why are there three bubbles here? I don't know, but I guess it's easier to read than if it was just one big bubble. Maybe it looks better. I don't know. Um, granted, there's some people who trying to steal his stuff. The dad stuff or granddad. If you think the main characters are the kids, then it's the granddad. If you think the main character, which I think is the son, then it's to the dad. I didn't really get. I might have to read this again. I don't know who Thorn is, but I don't know. I don't know who Thorn is. Only thing I know about Thorn, maybe they didn't say anything, but I know that the guy's wife, and the guy's name is Ezekiel. Everyone calls him Zeke. Um, but it starts with a nightmare. But I like this. I think this was just goofy, and it just I got this the feeling because of it. He has to wake up his kids so that they get ready. And he's got this cup that says "You has coffee." And I'm looking at this thing, and I'm like, he probably hates this thing. I don't know why, but I get the feeling that he hates this thing. He only uses it because it's the only coffee cup he has. Probably all of them are broken or something, or he just doesn't care, and he's just like, I'm just using this stupid coffee cup. You know, he's getting everyone ready. He's getting his daughter ready, and feeding chickens, and he's just waking up and just dealing with this crap. And then everyone has to go. And this episode's called "You Can Go Home Again, but Why?" And then I started crying. I'm like, yeah, don't go home. I just don't know who Thorn is. But his grandfather is, or his father is Jebediah Jenkins, so he's Ezekiel Jenkins. I'm trying to figure out who Thorn is. Sorry, just give me a second. No one's watching anyway, right? Then they meet their auntie. They meet their dad, and they meet Auntie Andrea, which is his sister, which is cool because in the nightmare that he had at the beginning, she was in there. Then they talk to the grandfather talks to the kids, and you kind of get like she is like not scared of anything. The little boy's scared of the whole thing, but you can tell that there's something wrong, and it's like, oh, okay, and she's just. I just wanted to cry. I just wanted to cry, okay? I'm a big old wuss. And let's see. So Abigail's the girl. Riley is the boy. I'm trying to remember these. I don't see the mom's name. And then Zeke and Jebediah talk. And then this little boy just beats the hell out of everyone. But then he gets his ass whooped. I don't see Thorn. So I'm just going to call her the wife. Unfortunately, I don't see her name. I mean, they probably said her name somewhere, but I don't know. But she says, um, so you still think your father is hiding something, don't you? You think there's an angle? Or is this about the thing with Thorn? It's like, huh? Who's Thorn? I thought at first Thorn was the sister, but this sister is, did we say Abigail? No, Andrea. Auntie Andrea. But then there's all these signs about Thorn for mayor. But Thorn is not the dad. The dad is Jebediah Jenkins. So I don't know who Thorn is. So that's about it. So, but somehow this guy had a premonition or a vision where he learned this like ultimate stem cell research where it was intelligent stem cell. And so he was able to create these body parts that grow in nature. So I don't know. I don't know who Thorn is. Maybe they already said it and I'm just dense, which is probably the case. I was terrible at English. That's why I don't do English. I, I don't I don't do it. Got my comic book back. Otherwise I'll forget. Oh, cool thing. Since I couldn't do the yard today, I did the lard. So I was thinking laundry and yard work. But I did laundry. This blanket over here, I don't know what happened to it. I don't know what I did to it, but it was just disgusting looking. I am just a mess. I am not a good person. But now I have these three to read. On Monday or Tuesday, probably Tuesday, maybe. I'm going to go to the new comic book store and see what they have. And then I'm going to go to my old comic book store and see what they have. I might ask the new place if they have long boxes. Just, what whatevs. But they're open like till 7. The one I go to has these crazy hours. Let me just see. Oh, Legend. I did not want that. Like they're open. Oh, it's 7:30. Jeez. Oh, it's late. They're open until 7 today, 7 tomorrow, 6 on Saturday. Well, okay, so it's 2 to 7 today, 2 to 7 tomorrow, 12 to 6 on Saturday, 1 to 6 on Sunday, closed Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday 12 until 7. Because Wednesday is, of course, what you call it, New Comic Day. See, I thought there weren't new comics every week. I thought there were a couple where there weren't any new comics. I don't know. I don't know. No one will say. Mama say, mama say, mama say, mama see, mama say, whatever. So, and the main reason why I taped this up was one, because the wrapping is too big, and two, I'm gonna get the comic, the first comic anyway, and I'll just keep that open, and I'll just put that up with the other, my expensive ones, even though that's worthless, because everyone in their papa probably saved that one. But yeah, probably tonight I might try to read these. Part 1, part 2, part 3. I don't know if it says how many there are. Let's see. And I still don't understand the whole setup. What is the red cloud? One time they were explaining what in I think the first in this 983, I think they were explaining how great the new Bendis Superman is, and how he has a new what's that thing? The Fortress of Solitude. Sorry, I've been seeing this commercial constantly, and I'll do a video on this magazine sometime. But so it's a Mad Magazine. Who would win? You can get that mug for a 2 or 3 year paid subscription. Interesting. Sorry, I'm just trying to see if it has anything. Looks like they have the same same. Yep. It only says it's part 3. It doesn't say part 3 of. So I'm gonna just see if I can see it online. But they have the same commercials on every episode. Really? I guess that's why they put Bendis all over the place, because they had nothing else to put there. Okay. I'm putting in Batman Comics 983. Here's a review. Part? No. This is part 1. This place, they say they recommend it if you're ready for a no holds barred. Why can't I read that word? Why can't I? Can I do anything? Jeez. Now my mouse starts working. Incitement. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Ugh. Something's wrong with my computer. I may have to do uninstall, reinstall. Shuan Head is in this. All right, I'm sorry. Someone posted, I would like to know why Gen Con still hasn't released a statement or taken any action regarding last night's assault on the quartering. For all the talk about safety and concerns about doing harm, why the silence when an attendee physically attacks someone? Now, we know that they're not attendees. I'm not sure if quartering is a vendor, but I mean, he's a known person. He was hanging out with people. Someone says, what happened to the quarter thing being some badass? Doesn't he call leftist snowflakes? But what's he doing now? Crying? Get over it, snowflake. Not sure being sucker punched is the same as feigning outrage. I tweeted at them 16 hours ago, 0 response. The whole thing is a bad joke. It doesn't matter if you like the quartering or not. You cannot simply attack someone. That is a crime. As far as I see it, Gen Con is condoning violence at this point. So are other cons supporting harassment of comic pros by letting him attend? I don't know what that means. I mean, so the harassment that they're talking about is there was this girl, Sparkle or something. I don't know. But she was a cosplayer and she had like these Patreons or something where you could give her money and she would send you pictures of her in various outfits. And the quartering voiced an opinion that he didn't like it. He thought it was shitty. Now, I do not approve of this. If a woman wants to sell her body, she can sell her body. I don't know how that does with the whole woman nation or anything, if it makes the woman nation less or it makes the woman nation more. I don't know. That's not my thing to talk about. But I think if a woman wants to sell her body in any way whatsoever, it is her right to do it. But the quartering said it's kind of shitty that you're preying on these young boys to give you $20 so that you can pose in these outfits and send them pictures. He said, I just think that's shitty. This is the harassment. I mean, that's the only thing harassment I've seen. Now I hear people say it's harassment. It's harassment. I don't know. I mean, if I get punched in a dream and scream I got punched, it doesn't mean that I got punched. Really, it was just a dream. So we can scream whatever we want. That's all I'm saying. Because they can't show a leftist being a leftist. They speak of peace and yet are the most violent of vile people. I don't want to believe that. But we all know what would happen if someone in a Kakistan t-shirt sucker punched someone. Neoprogs believe that science is oops, sorry, complicity. So by their own logic, they're saying they approve of an assault allegedly committed by one of their panelists. Wouldn't be surprised if they did consider he is in the punch Nazi crowd. The assaulter is he has many pictures of him in a shirt saying punch Nazis. Like what? Well, I don't know about any neo-Nazis if you're their card carriers or how you would know, but apparently they know that the quartering is because he thinks that a woman shouldn't prey on young boys. The people running the event are very left-leaning people and didn't want him to come in the first place until he told them he wouldn't go looking to make problems. And then the problems came looking for him. I gotcha. I can read between the lines. Man. Let's see if I can hear this. Hope we can hear this. I don't know. Assault isn't a big thing. I'm sorry. The head is so big. No, 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 no. He's on the comics. Hmm. He's got glasses on now. Someone told me he had a concussion. You shouldn't go to sleep if you have a concussion. I think they said he had a concussion. You know, like I'm a armchair doctor. I just gotta finish watching this one. Wow. I don't know. Someone was yelling at me saying, it was at a bar. It wasn't at Gen Con. So Gen Con shouldn't have any responsibility. I try to say, it doesn't matter. These are two attendees. Um, they're you can't have both of them there. If someone assaults another person the night before, you can't put them. Why am I talking to you? And like, it's an event. If people aren't safe at an event, you can't go on. I know in baseball, there's always that chance you're going to get hit in the head with a ball. This is not that. This is like if two people are fighting and they go and break them up and they just let them sit next to each other and just wait for them to fight again. You know that something's going to happen. You know something bad's going to happen. I can't go through any of my news. So no extreme news today. My thoughts go to Jeremy. I hope he's feeling better. I hope this turns out okay. Man, I thought it was just a boring burnout. I'm sorry, man. I think I'm just gonna leave it at that. Today in Awesome, we have liberals. Liberals, they take what if you say something offensive to them, it's like punching them in the face. It's like punching them in the face. Because it's like punching them in the face, they can punch you in the face. That's how liberals think. If you do something and it hurts them emotionally, then they can hurt you physically. And this shouldn't be real. This shouldn't be a thing. But it's how the liberals are moving, how the extreme lefts are going. If you hurt me emotionally, I'm going to hurt you physically. And in Indianapolis, they say that is perfectly fine. Go to Indianapolis, get your ass whooped, and the cops won't do anything. Man, Indianapolis won't do anything. Gen Con won't do anything. I don't know how that boy's going on. I don't know how he keeps on going. I'd be like just drunk somewhere. I'd be like, fuck this. This is just too much. Too much. Oh yeah, we were looking at something, weren't we? Recommend if you're ready for a no holds bar incitement to team up. I don't know what that means. The act of provoking unlawful behavior or urging someone to behave unlawfully. You're a big fan of Bat Family dynamics and have been hankering for more sidekick drama or for the sides to be more front and center. You need a Batman fix that isn't itself fixed on wedding plans. Yeah, unfortunately, I need my Batman fix, but I'm tired. I mean, as soon as I heard Batman is getting married, I go, Only one man can get married in my life, and that is Kermit. Kermit can get married. No one else. Sorry. Somebody's getting married. Somebody's getting married. Somebody's getting married. Oh, hi, Fun Bun. Sorry, I just been in my own little world. Mm-mm-mm. we were just talking news and stuff, and this whole Gen Con problem, right? Well, he wasn't really talking much. I swear he moves sometimes. I do this though. No, I think he is dead. All right, that's enough of him. No more. All right, well, that's it for us. We are out of here with peace and love. We had one special guest. I had this whole idea in my head, and then this thing exploded about Gen Con. Oh, and I just could I can't I can't do because I had this whole idea. I had some notes, but we'll do it tomorrow. We'll just do it tomorrow. With peace and love, we are out of here. Do some face. We are out. Hopefully you get what you want. If you don't get what you want, you get what you need. Hello. With peace and love, we are out of here. Please, if someone hurts you emotionally, you can hurt them emotionally back, but you can't hurt them physically. You shouldn't hurt them physically. I shouldn't have to quote a Bible scripture. I shouldn't have to quote law. I shouldn't have to do that. As a person in society, you should realize if someone hurts me emotionally, I cannot hurt them physically. Don't do it. Don't. Bad. Bad. Don't do it. All right, with peace and love, we're out of here. Be good to each other, please. Bye-bye. Beep.